Today, we're diving into a powerful concept that can truly transform your life. We're talking about the art of attraction and why you don't need to chase after everything you want. Instead, let's explore the idea of attracting what you desire and how everything can start coming to you. Now, you might be wondering, why does it seem like we're stuck in the same patterns, whether it's relationships, jobs, or circumstances in our lives? Well, the answer lies in our understanding of observation. You see, we know that quantum laws work, but it's our ability to observe, to truly pay attention, that can break the cycle of routine and predictability. Let me share a fascinating study that sheds light on this. There's a researcher who decided to investigate the power of focused attention, and he sought out experts in the art of paying attention. Who did he call? The Dalai Lama, of course. He requested the 8 best monks, individuals with over 40,000 hours of focused meditation, to study what happens in their brains when they concentrate on qualities like compassion, divinity, or unconditional love. These monks, through years of dedicated practice, achieved a level of concentration that most of us can only dream of. The study compared them to a control group of average individuals, and the results were astonishing. When the monks focused on compassion, their frontal lobes lit up in ways that had never been seen before. It was a level of brain activity that defied the norms. On the other hand, the control group struggled to maintain attention. This stark contrast led the scientists to consider that attention, concentration, and observation are skills that can be honed through practice, much like tennis or golf. Now let's talk about the brain, our incredible instrument for processing thought. It handles a mind-boggling 400 billion bits of information per second. Yet we are only aware of a tiny fraction of that, around 2,000 bits. And what are these bits focused on? The body, the environment, and time. It's the triad that occupies most of our self-awareness. But here's the kicker. If we can shift consciousness away from the body, the environment, and time, we open the door to possibilities beyond the constraints of Newtonian physics. This is where we step into the quantum field, a realm where change becomes not just possible, but inevitable. So the first step in this transformative journey is becoming conscious of those unconscious states of mind and body. It's about recognizing when we're stuck in the cycles of fear, pain, suffering, or aggression. These states consume energy and compromise our immune system. Picture this. Stress and survival mode may be tolerable in the short term, but prolonged exposure can tip the balance, throwing us out of homeostasis. When we keep activating the systems associated with fear or stress, we compromise our internal environment, making us more susceptible to external conditions. Now, here's where it gets interesting. By practicing mindfulness, meditation, or any method that allows us to shift our focus from the external to the internal, we can create a state where information no longer comes from the outer world, signaling danger. Instead, our immune system strengthens and we become more resilient. In fact, our research indicates that just 4 days of consistent meditation, where you truly open your heart and fall into the present moment, can strengthen your immune system by 50%. Yes, you heard it right, 50%. And guess what? This is not the time to say, I don't really want to do it now. This is the time we've been practicing for. These are the tools we've learned. Now let's delve into the crux of the matter, consciousness. It's that 13-letter word that holds the key to improving the way our brain works. If the brain is the instrument for processing thought and mind is what the brain does, then improving our brain function comes down to consciousness. Consciousness is that self-aware, free-willed entity that transcends the body, the brain, and the mind. It's what manipulates the brain to produce mind. So if we can improve the way our brain works, it's consciousness that's doing the improving. Think about it. The brain processes an astronomical amount of information, but we are only aware of a tiny fraction. When we shift consciousness away from the limited focus on the body, the environment, and time, we free ourselves from the constraints that bind us to routine and predictability. Now let's talk about the power of attraction. Instead of chasing after things in life, what if we could attract them effortlessly? This shift in mindset is a game changer. When we chase after something, we're often operating from a place of lack or need. It's like running on a hamster wheel, constantly seeking but never truly arriving. But what if I told you that you have the power to attract everything you desire? The key lies in understanding that when we operate from a state of lack, we emit a certain frequency, call it the frequency of scarcity, and the universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds to the frequencies we emit. So when we're in a state of lack, we attract more lack. Now contrast that with the idea of attracting. When we shift our focus to gratitude, abundance, and love, we emit a different frequency, the frequency of abundance. And you know what happens? The universe responds in kind. It starts sending back to us the very things we're putting out. So how do we make this shift? It starts with a conscious choice. Choose to operate from a place of abundance, even when external circumstances may suggest otherwise. It's about rewiring your brain to emit the frequency of what you desire. Now let's tie this back to the quantum field. When we operate from a place of lack, we are entangled with a certain frequency that keeps us in a loop of repetitive patterns. But the moment we shift our focus to abundance, we untangle ourselves from those old patterns and step into the quantum field where all possibilities exist. This is not wishful thinking. It's backed by the science of neuroplasticity. Your brain has the ability to rewire itself based on your thoughts and experiences. So by consistently choosing abundance, you're literally rewiring your brain to attract everything you want. But here's the beauty of it. You don't have to take my word for it. You can experiment with this in your own life. Start by cultivating a mindset of gratitude. Every day, take a few moments to focus on the things you're grateful for. Feel the emotions associated with gratitude and watch how your reality begins to shift. As you do this, you're not just attracting external circumstances, you're also transforming your internal environment. Your immune system strengthens, your energy levels rise, and you become a beacon for the positive frequencies of the universe. In the words of one of the monks with an ignited left frontal lobe, this is the happiest guy in the world. Happiness is not just a byproduct of external circumstances. It's a frequency you can tune into through conscious choice and practice. So let's make a pact today. Let's commit to attracting everything we want instead of chasing after it. Let's shift our focus from lack to abundance, from fear to love, and watch as the universe responds in ways that will leave you in awe. Don't chase, but attract. Shift your focus, tune into the frequency of abundance, and watch as everything starts coming to you. This is the time, the opportunity for a profound transformation. Embrace it, practice it, and witness the magic that unfolds when you become the conscious architect of your